Hello friends, today we are going to discuss the topic on runway orientation. Runway is a rectangular area on an aerodrome used for landing and takeoff of an aeroplane. Runway orientation is important in airport planning. Current practice is to lay out a runway in the direction of the prevailing wind. Now we are going to see what is called as wind rose diagram. The wind data are presented in the form of a chart known as a wind rose. This is what the figure shows. This figure shows a wind rose diagram. The wind rose is prepared on the basis of records of observation of a wind velocity and direction over number of years. So in the present figure you can see the percentage. These are the concentric circles. Concentric circles are the circles which are plotted with a common center. So here in the figure you can see it's a 10% of the time, 20% of the time and 30% of the time. These circles are plotted with respect to the percentage of a time wind blows. The diagram is given the name wind rose because of its irregular shape resembling to a rose. Now how do we plot the wind rose diagram? If you look into this figure, these are the observations. On the right hand side, these are the observations which are there. These are the wind directions from which the wind blows. Wind velocity above 5 km per hour, which is standard, which are taken even for the runway orientation also. And these are the percentage time the wind blows with a velocity more than 5 km per hour in this particular direction. So this shows the direction and this shows the percentage. So if you see now how to plot a wind rose diagram. Here we are going to, I have already discussed how to plot concentric circles of a particular percentage of the time by selecting a suitable scale. So here it is a 10% of the time, 20% of the time and 30% of the time, and along with the direction. So this shows north, east, south and west, and in between these northeast, southeast, southwest and northwest. So here is the given the percentage. So north in the direction of the north, having the wind velocity more than 5 kilometers of a 5 km per hour was 5%. So let us go to north and let us put the point here somewhere it is coming, because this is a 10%, so half of this it's almost coming, it's a 5%. Like this for each and every direction. For north it is a 9, so here it is 10, it is just approximately he has taken it, or maybe correct, because this is a cut image that I pasted on the presentation, so it might be, but it is more or less exactly equal to it. When we see the eastwards, it is a 21%, so this is 20, slightly above this. And if you close all these diagrams, you are going to get a shape of a rose. So now the point is that how the direction of the runway is considered. The largest the direction the length wherein exactly largest number of the wind flows are considered as a direction where from the orientation needs to be done. Now we are going to see the airport design standards. The airport design standards vary with the topographical and meteorological condition of the area and the highest class of the aircraft expected to use the aircraft. Now here what do you mean by topographical and meteorological condition? The topographical condition refers to the higher altitude maybe and as compared with the plain land. So the runway length will be different if the same type of aircraft is supposed to be land on a plain ground and it would be very much difference if it is going to be landed at a higher altitude. In the same way, the meteorological condition refers to the various temperature. In a higher temperature region, the runway length is going to be very different. Also, the atmospheric pressure, like air pressure, which is going to be there. So these two parameters are going to affect the runway length. And then highest class of the aircraft, of course it has to, because if the aircraft is of the highest larger, the runway length has to be larger, because we have the various kinds of the aircrafts, various sizes of the aircraft. The standards are also influenced by the existence of a built up areas and restricted areas in the vicinity of the existing airport. It has to, because if the area is quite dense and high rise buildings is occupied by the high rise building, the kind of restrictions it will be there. And then if some of the other airports are already existed just beside it, then it is going to be different, because here in this case then compulsions will be there. As per FAA, means Federal Aviation Agency, this agency's role is to give the license or frame the strategy or policy for the aircraft, which are actually comes for commercial aircraft or maybe for the cargo aircraft. So these federal agency has the authority, or they are authorized to give the licenses for all these kind of aircraft. This, as per their specification, the orientation of the runway which should match with the aircraft should be such that crosswind component during takeoff should be less than 50 meters per hour, or you can say 25 kilometers per hour 95% of the time. If these condition get satisfied, then and only then the runway are said to be in a perfectly oriented position. What do you mean by crosswind component? The crosswind component is defined as the component acting at a right angles to the longitudinal axis of the runway. Now here we are going to see the orientation. For finding the best direction for a runway, a windrows diagram showing the percentage time wind blows from each direction for a different velocities, say 0 to 5 kilometers per hour, 0 to 5 to 25 kilometers per hour, 25 to 30 kilometers per hour, likewise and so on. This the crosswind component of the vehicle less than 5 kilometers per hour is not taken into consideration. So above 5 it may be up to maximum 30 to 40, it depends upon how much largest value that you are going to get. Once you have this value with you, you are going to plot a concentric circles like this. This is of center, this is a 5 kilometer per hour, this is a 25 kilometer per hour circle, this is a 30 kilometers per hour circle, this is a 35 kilometer per hour circle, this is a 40 kilometer, this is a 45 kilometers per hour, this is last one is the 50 kilometers per hour. So in each of the sector, now this is in between 5 to 25, 25 to 30, 30 to 40, in between all these sectors we are going to write the percentage of the time taken. Now where from you are going to get this value? For this particular problem we are going to get the values from this position. Now what is this table stands for? This table gives you the value. These are the wind data. If you think about the wind data, it is a percentage of the winds and wind direction. It is a north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest. As previously I explained about, I have explained for the windrows diagram. So this is particularly for the orientation of the runway based on the windrows diagram. The data which we are going to get, these particular rows, these are going to give us these rows are going to give us the 5 to 25 kilometers per hour range, 25 to 30, 30 to 35 kilometers per hour wind velocity range. And these are the particular percentage for which the wind was blowing for this particular set of velocities. It is in between 5 to 25. Now if I all add it, so I am going to get the total percentage which should be 100 so this percentage of is distributed for the various velocities with respect to their concerned direction. Now how to plot a wind runway orientation figure. Now once we plot all these figures, you have to cut a butter paper or your tracing paper. The tracing paper should be of the size of the velocity minimum condition laid down by the FAA. It is 25 kilometers per hour or 15 miles per hour crosswind velocity component. So here in this figure I have considered one strip, and this strip is considered as a tracing paper. Now let us see how to find out the orientation of runway orientation. This shows a template, or you can say a tracing paper equal to a diameter 25 kilometer circle. This is 25 kilometer circle. Now if I see this is a 25 kilometer circle. This is kept in any direction along which crosswind percentage time less than 25 kilometer is to be calculated. Now here in this case we kept it towards west and east. You may put here at the southwest, northwest, north and east. You have to remove all this. You have to calculate the values of percentage for each and every side. Wherever the circle of the velocity is cut this template like this circle of the velocity. So this is 30, this is a 25 circle, this is a 30 circle, this is a 35 circle, this is a 40 kilometers per hour circle, 45 kilometers per hour circle, like this. Wherever the circle of the velocity cut this template, the crosswind velocity in the direction the template is kept will be 25. Now here in this case, if I consider this tracing paper, all these components which are going to get cut by this section are treated as are going to get a component less than the 25 kilometers per hour. The sector inside the circle cut by the template will have the crosswind less than the 25 kilometers, as I explained just now. The section OAB cut from 30, he is talking about the OAB, there is OAB. If I have this kind of section, every section which is going to cut will have a velocity crosswind component velocity less than 25 kilometers per hour. So this is what we have plot for the W west and east direction. The percentage will be, if I called the percentage for west and east direction will be, crosswind percentage would be. For north, it is directly coming out to be, the first one is a 2.1. Here this value, this 2.1 value, this 2.1 value, I have taken it from the last one table. So this is what the 2.1 value is. So north would be 2.1, likely northeast it will be, if I go for the northeast, it will be first, here it is going to cut. So here it is little bit more than this circle slightly, because this is going to be in this direction. So this portion it should be, so it should be 3.2 plus 2.5, so it is coming out to be 5.7. For eastward it is again it is 5, all these components are going to come, all this 5, 4.2, 4.1, 3.1, 3.8 sorry, 2.4, 1.2 and 0.3. So it comes out to be 21%. Southeast, if I go in this way, so it is coming out to be 8.2, 6.3 and slightly more than that. So you have to take the proportionate component of that. Here I haven't taken because this figure is too small, or this component is very negligible, but it has to have some value. If you can take some share percentage for that. So it will be southeast, it should be 8.2 plus 6.3, it comes out to be 14.3. Now towards southward it is exactly matching with this. So it is again south it is 4.8, and then southwest it is coming 4.1 plus 3.4, it comes out to be 7.5, and west similarly all these values are going to come. It's a 0.7 plus 0.6 plus 0.4 plus 0.3, again all these things are 0, 0, so it comes out to be 2. And then for northwest sorry, it comes out to be 0.6, then again 0.6, and it is 1.2. If I add all these percentage for these particular west east direction crosswind component, it is coming out to be 58.6. Now you have to find out the value for each and every direction, and the direction value which you are going to get the highest will have the best suitable runway orientation position. If the template is kept along, if we solve this problem, the answer would be, if the temperature is kept along northwest southeast, the crosswind percentage will probably be the maximum and will be suitable for runway. So here we end. We have just discussed about how the runway orientation is being done based on the windrows diagram. So thank you very much for listening my video. Thank you. Have a good day.